Hello, my love. Today we are going to talk about 3 blunt truths we want you to keep in mind so you do not repeat the past and don't go about destroying your life for another man. Let's go. Here we go. Truth number 1. If he does not want to change, there is nothing you can do to fix it. Nothing you can do to change him. Nothing you can say to change him. Let's say that we are dealing with a man who is 50 years old and who seems really cool and like his life is in order and everything is perfect. But he happens to be hot-tempered. He has these strong opinions, and when he makes up his mind, there's absolutely nothing you can do to change it. He is very quick to draw conclusions. There's no arguing with him, there's no explaining, he just doesn't want to hear. He makes up his mind and makes a decision and off he goes. That's how he has run his business his whole life. That's how he shows up in relationships, even when it doesn't make sense. And then here you come and you're like, yeah, well, sometimes he gets angry. Yeah, it leaves me confused and feeling like I don't matter and my opinions are completely ignored because he really doesn't even want to hear them. He never wants to hear my side of truth. But, he is this and this and this and this and that. But the only thing is that anger. So what you gonna do? You're gonna stick around and talk to him to address his anger? Maybe go to therapy, right? If he would just go and talk to someone, like go and talk to a counselor about his childhood, then maybe he will stop getting so angry. You know what? We're talking about an adult man. Adult men know what they're doing, to some degree. Sometimes they really don't. But if he hasn't changed his ways in the last 50 years, that means that he is in a very comfortable pattern and his life is set up in such a way that that pattern is protected. So you coming in to his life, sitting him on a couch and complaining, it's not gonna throw him out of the pattern. Things like that have to be stimulated by the call from his soul. And it's very possible that his soul is calling him to do something about it. Gives him different life tragedies, different situations that humble him and really break down his ego. But not enough to make it be comfortable for you to be in his environment. Okay? To temper it down to where he actually thinks about the consequences of his actions and how his behavior impacts your relationship. So no, baby girl, that's not gonna work. You sitting down and trying to talk him into therapy and looking into the darkest areas of his soul because you have that wish, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Listen, I get it. We really want to believe that they can change. You want to believe what it will be like, what you will feel like when he will be less selfish, see you for who you are, ask you questions, be interested in you, want to spend time with you and really connect to you. So first you want him to connect to himself so he can connect deeper to you. I get it. There's nothing more sexy than a mature man who has deep self-awareness and emotional maturity. That's where true alignment and true strength, true masculinity comes from. With men like that, we feel safe. That's why we want it. So I completely understand why you would want that. But the truth is, we have all different kinds of men out there, just like we have all different kinds of women. We just have different kinds of people out there in the world. Some of them cannot give you what you really need. So it's good to take a step back and examine, what do you actually have in front of you? What does he do when he is dealing with negative emotion? How does he react when something doesn't go his way? How does he handle stress? We look at the facts of the situation and we make a decision that is the best for us and our future. That's what we do. And specifically, we look at what are the values that are guiding us in this new life. If one of your values is inner peace, then you do not stick around an angry man, okay? You just don't do that to yourself. So that was the truth number 1. Okay, my lovey, let me give you the truth number 2. You were enough all along. You just didn't believe it. So, you were worthy enough, beautiful enough, smart enough. You were worthy of love all along. But you didn't believe it, and your life today is a reflection of that belief. But let's look in the past and let's see why that is. Let's think about what was your marriage like. How often did it happen that you had an opinion and your husband didn't take it in consideration? That there was a decision to be made and he just went with his idea, even though you had one that was completely different. Maybe with time you learned not to express your opinion, because what's the point? If he is still gonna do whatever he wants, why would you even try? Why would you tell him what you think about the specific matter? Why would you even say it? He's not gonna listen anyway. So why even waste the breath, right? You don't matter. That was the message. The message was, I don't matter, my truth doesn't matter. You know what that was? That was a confirmation of a belief that was formed before you even walked into the marriage, most likely. Because if you were to walk in a marriage with a belief, my truth matters and I live in accordance with it, you wouldn't tolerate his ignoring your truth. You probably would have never married him, because you would see that just doesn't align. Let's think for a moment about who are we before we get married. Think about how old were you when you got married? What did you think about the world back then? What did you think about yourself? Did you know who are you? Did you know what you like and what you don't like? It's not just my favorite color, hello. No, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. These are my values, these are my wants. This is what I will tolerate, this is what I will not tolerate. This is how I will behave when someone will be mean to me, right? When someone does something that really upsets me, that's how I'm going to react to it. That's how I'm going to handle it. That's my standard for myself. If I give love and it's not reciprocated, that's what I do back. Majority of us had no idea, right? You had no idea what I'm talking about when you were 25. I was 25 when I got married. I didn't know whom I was. I had no idea that I should know it. And you probably didn't either, right? You didn't either. So now, on this channel, I'm talking about you creating a life that's based on your truth and who you are. And if you are similar to me and many of my clients, what you have behind is life based on ignoring your truth. And when you ignore your truth, that means that you don't see it as worthy of it being expressed and being the lead of your decisions. And now I'm saying, like, flip it, señorita, because you were worth it all along and you just didn't know about this. Your truth was worthy of being protected all along, your whole life. So now we are in a place where slowly but surely we are going to be developing a completely different way of being, a way of making decisions that's different from what you're used to, a relationship with yourself that is based on, I am curious about this girl, Evelina. What does she want? What does she want? Oh, that's what she wants. Not a problem. I'm gonna give her a right to express it. I'll give you an example of what that looks like. It looks like this. You go out and you ask in a restaurant for water. And they give you water, and it's unfiltered tap water that when you take a sip of it, you are like, ugh. And then you think to yourself, well, I am thirsty. I want bottled water then. And you ask for bottled water. You don't sit there and you don't drink unfiltered yucky water. You ask for bottled water. That's what that looks like on a daily basis. Doesn't seem like much, right? But does it change your experience? Of course, in a major way. You're sitting in a restaurant drinking what you want to be drinking. And every time you take a sip of that water, you think to yourself, I gave it to me. That's a new girl in the house. We got a new girl in the house now. She asks for what she wants. It's powerful stuff. So simple, but very powerful. Now think about this. Did that hurt anyone? That you asked for bottled water? It didn't. But did it change something? Yeah, it was monumental. Because once again, you confirmed a relationship with your truth to be based on respect and love. Oh, my truth is that I want to drink delicious pure water. I want to enjoy the water I'm drinking. I don't want to take a sip, and every time I take a sip, my body goes, ugh, I hate it. No, I want to take a sip and I'll be like, oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, life. I have this delicious water in front of me. I have what I wanted. I deserve what I wanted. Here it comes. My truth is that I want filtered water. Here it comes. It's mine. I can have it. I can have what my truth is guiding me to ask for. See? Imagine living your life like that, where you are surrounded by a proof that you are worthy, that your truth is worthy. These are not small things, they're huge, and you have a right. You've always been worthy of living like that. But let's think about what is the cost and what does it actually look like when we don't live in our truth. Whose truth are we living in? We're living in assumptions of how people want us to be, right? We live in, we become these versions of ourselves that aren't real, that are based on what we think are other people's opinions, hopes. So think about this. What is the percentage when you are with your mom, for example? How much do you allow yourself to follow your truth when you are in her company? When you are with your coworkers? What is that level? Maybe there are very specific people in your life that overpower your energy and you're like, no. What will he think about it if I do that? I cannot be like this. That's not what he wants. He does not want a woman like this. Like if you're in a relationship and you're like, I know that because he told you what he wants, and so you need to be a certain way to be with him. And now you are allowing for that beautiful truth of yours to be ignored and twisted because he wants that, and that's not who you are. What does that feel like to live in that life, first and foremost? What does it feel like for you to be twisting and turning to be a person that someone else wants you to be, where you are hiding parts of yourself because you know that that's not what he wants? It feels heavy, yucky, restrictive. You are not in a flow. You are living a lie and you know it. You're living a lie and you know it. And I want to invite you to stop doing anything like that on this side of things. Allow yourself to know your truth, express your truth, and attract people into your life who will love that flavor of your light, who will respect it, appreciate it, and cherish it. But for them to come, that truth has to shine. For the truth to shine, you have to see yourself as worthy of owning it and expressing it. You see? Gosh, some of you are like, oh my goodness, Evelina, what's the truth? What are you talking about? What truth? What is that truth? I'm talking about you genuinely, authentically being yourself, which means that you express yourself as you come, as you are. And you ask yourself questions. You ask yourself questions and you own the answer and you act based on that answer. That's what I'm talking about. What do I want? What do I need? What don't I want? Do I want to stay out past 10 p.m. or not? No, I don't. No matter what people say, no matter what people think, I don't care. I'm coming back home at 10 p.m. That's my role for myself. That's my boundary. Even if they laugh and think that I'm gonna turn into pumpkin, okay, no problem. That's my truth, and I'm willing to own it and hold it in this reality. And from that point, you can start creating life that actually fits you. Your life, for you, exactly how you want it to be. Life that reflects who you are, where your truth is at the very base of it all. It's gonna feel absolutely amazing. Now it's time for hard truth number 3. True healing takes work because time doesn't heal everything. Time passes and you feel better. And often, not because you did something to heal the pain, but because your brain is slowly shifting focus to something else. So as that energy fades, you are experiencing more and more relief. But it doesn't mean that you have successfully healed the wound. It just means that you've shifted your focus. You started having thoughts related to something else, thoughts that were not stimulating pain. So your wounds are still there. You're just not looking at them. So for example, when a new person breaks your heart, but you didn't heal your previous heartbreak, you're gonna feel it again a lot. True healing doesn't just kind of happen. It doesn't just kind of, it's not like, oh yeah, just kind of, it went away. That's not how it goes, my love. And you need to know this, and it's good to develop a skill of taking care of yourself and being with yourself in difficult emotions. I'm talking about sitting with yourself, sitting with your mind, looking at your mind, examining, seeing what's creating the pain. And doing it over and over and over. Closing your eyes, putting your hand on your heart, and sitting with yourself over and over and over. Making that a habit that never goes away. I'm talking about healing your nervous system, building safety for yourself in this new world. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you so much, and actually meaning it. It means that you're gonna choose discipline over comfort. It means that you will learn to be intimate with your truth, sitting in your presence, and feeling that steady energy that holds you there. Building your certainty on that presence, on that light, on that truth that's within you. Feeling your worth from within, and not expecting perfection from yourself, but learning to be consistent. You have been through a lot, and you've transitioned through it all beautifully. So you really deserve to be treated with care from inside out. You have always carried yourself through thick and thin, and that's why you deserve your own love and respect. You want to be your healthiest self, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. This is why these 3 blunt truths are something that you want to keep in mind as you are on this side of things. This is it for now. Before you get going, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. I had to, there's R's and I had to kind of roll it to wake you up a little bit. No, but really, do that. And then make sure to share with me in the comments, what is it that you have found to be true on this side of things after the divorce? Like, what is the new truth that you realized about life overall, maybe about yourself? Something that you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? Now I see this. I didn't see it before, but now I do. I'm curious what it is. Share it with us so we all get to learn it, and maybe that will help us in our lives too. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye.